Alright, I'm gonna make a video on like how to get like all of these transmitters. From what I've looked into it appears that like you need to get 3 in each zone to be able to choose that zone to teleport on the machine, but we'll test it out once we got 11 of them. There seems to be 12 of them in general. And this time, unlike the Lunar Festival, I actually checked where they all were beforehand. Unfortunately, we actually spawned, like, the ending point was actually near one of them. Like, the first one is just up here. So it's in this area at 7147 on the top of the thing over here. Does that just constantly beam a light? Okay, so the next one is about where that chest is. Like, honestly, like, using the coordinates was so annoying because the coordinates on Wowhead were sometimes 1 degree off, which was enough to make one of them take absolutely ages to find. Because since the coordinates have no z-axis of like how high it is, I thought it was underground. It turned out it was on top of the viaduct, but because it was 1 degree off, I didn't check on top of the viaduct for a very long time, because the viaduct was at 56 and the site said 55. But yeah, the next one's over here. Like halfway between the spider place and the assembly place. Where was the one after that? The one after that was over here. But yeah, the one here is 45, 66 or 65, as the thing says. But yep, activating this one. Next two are actually really close to each other, because there's this one here, and then there's one... Fuck off. Then there's one there as well. Not where the rare is, because annoyingly the rare has been a piece of shit, but like here. But yeah, I went round flying on like an alt, just checking where each one was, just to make sure that I didn't have the same problem with the Lunar Festival thing where I couldn't find them a bit exactly. I made sure to check exactly where they all are, so I know where the exact point where every single one of them is this time. Because fortunately you don't actually need engineering to actually be able to see them, but you do need that that engineering thing which I showed there to actually be able to activate them. You need to have 30 in this tree. I'd honestly say it's probably not worth doing. I think you should put it into other things, but like, you might as well. But yeah, as we saw, this one is 28, 27. And isn't just near that water pool. The next one, like, is practically on the area between Azure Span and Anaran Plains, but it's classed as Anaran Plains.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
I think it's like just here, wasn't it?
Trinkets, yes. Pretty
Maybe not.
Trinkets.
It must be a little bit further along. I think it's around this cliff. See, like, it's practically on the edge of Anaran Plains. So this one's at 68, 65... No, 68, 85 in Anaran Plains. I don't actually know which one to go to next. Because there's one, like, behind this hill here, and then there's one over there. I think we'll go for the one on the... We'll go on the one behind the hill. No, we'll go not the one behind the hill, the one over here first. Because then we're heading towards the shore. Waking Shore. But yeah, I believe all this does is allows you to choose the zone. I think it still puts you in a random spot. Like, it doesn't even put you in like one of these triangulation points. As you can see, just behind this hill at 28:36. Ooh, is that a teleport? Man, if that teleported me closer, instead of like directly on top of the node I just used it on.
The nobility are wavering in their Trinkets, prowess. yes. Disrupt their training Pretty and eliminate their forces. Buy us precious time to retaliate against them.
It's interesting as well that the portals open when they're not supposed to. Like, I don't actually have the skill which opens the portal back, but it just does happen. But as we know, like, trying to open one of those portals has about an 80% chance it will just teleport you on top of the one you just mined. But yeah, the next node is, like, behind the owl. I thought it was around the front part, but no. We've come across this one before in recording, but anyway, the this one is 57:29. Okay, and now time for Wake and Shore. I actually don't know which one's the closest. Probably the tower.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty
So the
trinkets.
thing is at the top of this tower, but it's actually not at the top of this tower, but like that's where you put the marker on the map because that's where it is on the map, but it's actually not on top of this tower. That's just where it is on the map. Like, it's actually behind this cliff here. At the coordinates 23:44 in the Waken Shores. Okay, and then there's the one which we pass multiple times. I don't know which one to go to. Like, we either go to the one here, or we go to the one like near the fishing spot.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
I think we're gonna go to the fishing spot one first, because we pass it all the time, yet we never see it. Like, it's really hidden, is the one by the fishing spot. It's actually quite surprising, like, considering how often I go past it, I never saw it. It took me a little bit of time to find this one as well. But none of them took as long as the aqueduct one. All because of a single coordinate. All because it was out by one coordinate, it took ages to find the aqueduct one. Wanted to get that mine, but there's no point, it's out of the way. Even if it is good to get. Okay, so this one is by the fishing spot, about here, between these two trees. Like, it's actually quite hidden. Like, it's surprisingly hidden, is this one, that, like, it's just between these two trees. So, like, if you buy the fishing spot, you see that pillar of rock there, you just fly past it, and there's these two trees here, and that's where this one is. Which is at the coordinates 62:79. Next one is about here.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
But like I said, I honestly think it's not a good idea to get this thing. Like, getting up to this point's okay, because you get the toys, but this is not really worth it. I suppose unlocking the ability to actually have a shorter cooldown on it might be okay, but I don't even think this tree actually is the one that unlocks it. I think it's this tree that unlocks the short cooldown in it.
Trinkets, yes.
I think they actually lowered the cooldown on the wormhole generator now as well, since it says reduced it by 50%, and I'm pretty sure that it's half an hour now when it used to be like 2 hours. So I think it actually has a lower cooldown than it originally had. Which is good, because its cooldown's fucking stupid. It's far too hard, far too long. See then, there's this one by this lava pool here.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
Which is at the coordinates 75, 26. Okay, final zone. Thaldraszus. Thaldraszus is... The coordinates are the aqueduct about here, here, and here. You gotta love not getting speed boost so you can't fucking fly. And by love I mean fucking hate and want to, you know, not live any longer. Fuck, do they need to improve the dragon riding system? Guess we're going for the one which I had the hardest time with first. Because like I said, with the wowhead coordinates, it's actually on top of that pillar there. But with the wowhead coordinates, it was saying 50, 55. Which is here. And I was like, and if you head over towards that pillar, it becomes... and I was just like, is it underground? But like, no, I could only get 50, 54. Unknowingly though, we actually don't have enough power though to fly up, do we? If we mine this node, we might have enough power. Because of the buffs to the mining. Might be able to push it. Almost. Probably should wait for another little bit. For another node, just in case. But like I said, I don't know why, but Wowhead was out by one coordinate and it made this one take ages. Because as you can see, that is clearly not 55. Like, it's 55 up there, but if you're actually stood on the thing, it's 56. Like, there's no way this isn't 56. So yeah. 51, 56 is where this one is. Ah, shit, we have no power, do we?
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets. Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
Next one is about here. Could really do with finding a race to reset my vigor. Because without free vigor. Alright, we're gonna find a race to reset the vigor. Maybe we'll go for this one last. Oh, this reset no, it reset at 11 like I expected. Well, I was expecting to actually reset at 10, the that world quest, but it didn't. So I guess it's 5 hours, the cooldown on this thing, even though it says 4. I think it's actually 5. But yeah, we can get this one. And probably actually get the other one now. But I'm going to try the wormhole generator, just to test out the thing which I said. Because as you can see, this one's just over here. At 6477. So like, from looking it up, it appears that you need to get like all of the... You need to get all 3 of them to actually unlock the thing on the wormhole generator. So we're going to try and use the wormhole generator and see whether we have access to Thaldraszus since... No, this zone. We shouldn't get teleported. Because it just opens a thing like this, so we should... Yeah, you just need all 3 and then it unlocks that zone. But you can still go, you can still choose to go random if you want. And as you can see, it's now 15 minutes. They've reduced the time a lot, actually. They've reduced the time on it from like 2 hours to 30 minutes, which is actually really nice. It now actually has a decent time limit on it. But it's kind of shit that you still have to spec into it. Like, you have to waste like 50 talent points on it. I think it actually is here, underneath the mist. Yeah, it's down on this platform there. And then there's the last one, at the coordinates 70, 44. And that is all of the teleports for now, until they unleash the Forbidden Reach, which will probably add more of them. But yeah, just don't do this. Like, I recommend using your talents actually on things that are useful, and I don't think the wormhole generator is that useful. Lowering the cooldown might be worth it, but it's honestly not that by that much. It only lowers it by 15 minutes now. Used to lower it by an hour, which made it kind of worth it. But yeah, we'll see if my wormhole thing's still there, and we can check whether that added the thing to it.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
But I doubt it will be.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
Not 100% sure where they are. I think it's higher, isn't it? That's why. We got very lucky that we landed right next to it, by the looks of things. Yeah, it's gone. Well, that's where they all are.